And we're just a couple of days away from the 4th of July.
If you haven't bought your fireworks just yet, you're going to likely be heading out to buy some before Friday. And with talk of tariffs causing prices to increase this year, you may be worried about how much you'll pay.
Yes, our Marina Silva checked out some local shops where she found that you may not need to worry after all.
As many people get ready to light up the sky with fireworks, you might be wondering if tariffs are impacting your final price. Places like Phantom Fireworks, which are open year-round, say no, it's not.
We actually brought so much over so early. We weren't even affected by the tariffs at all.
RJ DeVince is a store manager at one of the Phantom Fireworks locations. He says their companies noticed some of the costs go down.
So yeah, we were actually able to, because the shipping costs went down from going across from China. So we were actually able to kind of extend the savings onto the customers this year.
Barbara Whiteside is the owner of Circle City Fireworks, a local seasonal shop. She says they're always tracking prices.
One of the things about being an entrepreneur is being creative and just kind of working with what's coming to you, problem solving.
Barbara Whiteside said she stocks up early, like when the current season is over, but she is worried about potential increase for next year.
Thank goodness we bought early because we bought last year before the tariffs were imposed. So there were some items that we did get in after the tariffs were imposed, but what we decided to do was just eat the cost on that and not pass it to the consumer.
She says prices have gone up year to year.
We used to get a container, the shipping on it was about $5,000 for a container. It went up to about $40,000 during COVID, during the supply chain issues, and then it went back down to about $30,000 and it's kind of stayed there. So worst case scenario, if they stay the same, we could be looking at double prices for next year.
So the answer is it really depends on who you ask. Whiteside's best advice is to buy now and save for next year. In Indianapolis, Marina Silva, 13 News.
Thanks, Marina. And those reciprocal tariffs start again on July 9th.
And remember to check the ordinances where you live before you light off any fireworks this holiday weekend, because those ordinances do tend to vary from city to city.
Good point.
If you'd rather not set off your own fireworks, take in a show instead. And don't forget about downtown's Indy Fourth Fest.
Yeah, that kicks off with a street festival at 6 o'clock Friday night at the American Legion Mall. Then it wraps up with fireworks, which will begin at 10:15 that night. And we have a big roundup of a lot of the large fireworks shows across central Indiana. We put them on our website.
That's right. All you have to do is just scan that QR code right there on your screen. It'll take you straight to WTHR.com/SceneOn13, where you'll find this story. If your plans for the holiday weekend are taking you to Eagle Creek Park, we've got some good news for you.
Yes, the park just reopened Eagle Creek Beach today. It closed about a week ago for elevated E. coli levels. But recent testing revealed the levels are now acceptable for swimming.
The beach will be open the rest of this week and through the holiday weekend. Great timing. Also great timing for sun and more comfortable temperatures, Angela, although we kind of feel the humidity creeping back up there again.
Yes, and that humidity will continue to climb as we head toward the holiday, but perfect summer weather to take in Eagle Creek Beach or any of our really nice waterways across central Indiana. We've got sunshine and clouds right now from Noblesville to Crawfordsville, Carmel to Indianapolis. Temperatures are in the mid-80s as expected. 86 in Indianapolis. We have 85 Greencastle and currently 84 Bloomington and Bedford. It's going to be a nice, mild evening. Humidity for the most part still in check for now, but you're going to feel that change over the next couple of days. Evening numbers will stay in the 80s all the way through sunset. That happens at about 9:15 tonight. Tomorrow, as we get into Thursday, high temperatures will climb. Upper 80s should be a couple of degrees warmer than what we had today. And how about the holiday? It looks hot with just a slight storm chance tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. Those storm chances are on the increase. I'll cover that in the 7-day.
Thanks, Angela. And a Lafayette father is going to prison for leaving his gun where his young children could get it, and it has resulted in a family tragedy.
That's because a 5-year-old boy got a hold of it, then shot and killed his 1-year-old brother. Our Rich Nye has the father's apology in a Tippecanoe County courtroom this afternoon.
The judge sentenced Deontay Johnson to 32 years in prison, plus 8 years probation, for neglect of a dependent resulting in death and several other charges. Johnson was at home with his sons in their Lafayette apartment when his 5-year-old son got hold of a gun and shot and killed his 1-year-old brother in 2023. No one testified at the sentencing. Johnson offered a 15-second apology.
I would just like to apologize to my family, friends, and the community. I asked that he showed a tad bit of leniency on my sentence. apologize to my children for the tragic situation that has occurred.
As part of the sentence, Johnson is not allowed to have any contact with his son, who shot his brother. The judge said that Johnson was high, asleep, passed out when he was supposed to be watching the boys. The mother was not home during the shooting. Shatia Welch pled guilty to neglect and received a 6-year prison sentence in February. In Lafayette, Rich Knight, 13 News.
Rich, thank you. Johnson's trial revealed both boys had illegal drugs in their system. Tonight at 6, Rich has the shocking video the judge showed in court today and his harsh words for Johnson. And an update tonight on another father sentenced in his own child's death in Lafayette. Elisard Moneas will now spend 92 years in prison after pleading guilty to murder and attempted murder. He confessed to murdering his 3-month-old son Jacob almost a year ago, back in August of 24. Police found Jacob's body in a bucket where he suffocated in a liquid. Investigators found he also beat his wife with a tire iron the morning of Jacob's death. Court documents revealed she drove herself to a hospital where doctors treated her for a skull fracture.
Looking ahead, the Marion County Public Health Department is offering free walk-in vaccine clinics for kids going back to school. And the clinics are for children entering any grade K through 12. A parent or guardian must be present and have a photo ID. You should also bring a copy of your child's vaccine records and an insurance card, although it is not required. We've actually placed the clinic locations and times on WTHR.com/scene-on-13.
Tonight we're learning about a new effort to find Amelia Earhart's lost plane. This is incredible.
It is. The Purdue Research Foundation is joining the expedition, which is scheduled for November of 2025. Today marks 88 years since Earhart and her navigator Fred Noonan disappeared over the Pacific Ocean. They were trying to make the first around-the-world flight along the equator.
The expedition will take them to an island in the Pacific, halfway between Australia and Hawaii. Our Jenny Runovich was at Purdue for the announcement today, and she'll join us tonight on 13 News at 6 with a more in-depth look at this effort and what researchers have found so far that they believe lends to the theory that the plane is right there on that island.
It's fascinating, so you want to see that.